boys, bitch, you better bow down. Crowd just wanna hear the show, start the countdown. Don't be messing around, we ain't chasing no clout. Better shut your ass up before we put your ass down. Might get lumped up, taking verbal bumps, chump. We don't ever bite tongues, always keeping it a buck. Dan, Joe, and Will, they gon' change the game. Bump Boys podcast, it'll melt your brain. Y'all don't wanna see the flame, so don't spark the match. We like rookie Kurt Angle, make your ankle snap. Three amigos like Eddie, but don't lie, you steal. Only cheat when we gotta, but to win we will. Mike skills like Dusty, but go hard like Brock. I'm a stunner like Austin, dropping elbows like Mach. Y'all don't wanna see the finish, cause it's us on top. 1, 2, 3, get the V and get a warrior pop. Yo!
What is going on, guys? It is Will from the Bump Boy, aka Mr. Will was 95, aka King William. I'm here with Danny and Joe. Say what up, guys.
What's up?
Howdy, how?
So this is going to be a longer edition of course, we do like news videos and stuff like that. So it's going to be our full like podcast for this week. What is it? March 27th through March 21st through the 27th. So we're going to go over a lot of news that has broken out. Of course, we're in the midst of WrestleMania, Road to WrestleMania. So some news coming up with SmackDown, Raw, AEW itself as well. There's a lot to go over. I'm gonna kick it over to Joe, who has our list of our itinerary, whatever you want to call it, and we'll go down some of the things that we're going to talk about today on the podcast.
All right. First thing on the agenda, boys, is the 2022 Hall of Fame. We have 3 people in the Hall of Fame this year. I'm gonna start from least impactful to the most impactful. So I'm gonna go first. We have Queen Sharmell. Then we have Vader. Then we have the man, the myth, the legend, the Undertaker.
Don't forget Shade Gasp of the Warrior Award.
Oh yes, and then the Warrior Award for Shad Gaspar for saving his child and sacrificing himself to save his child during that riptide that came through.
Yeah, when they were swimming in California.
So
What's his face better induct him?
GTG
or
JTG?
Yeah.
JTG. He should. I could see that.
I think it would be appropriate, or I think having his family induct him would be a good idea. I don't think they were that close once they split up from the WWE.
Not sure.
I was surprised how small this draft class was. It wasn't that big. I
think like because they're doing it right after SmackDown. Maybe.
Yeah, I heard they were doing it right after.
Yeah,
well, it's also, you think about it, it's the Undertaker too, so there's probably going to be, I feel like there's going to be multiple people speaking. I know obviously Vince is going to induct him, but I feel like they may have some other people giving like some more like insight, and they'll probably do a longer video package since it's also right after SmackDown.
It's only an hour as well, I believe now, right?
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah,
I remember. Well, that makes sense because back in the day we used to have like 8, 9 people, and it used to be like 2.5 hours and stuff.
That
like
means
that,
Rampage is going to be skipped this week. I was
they better put out a banger, bro.
Yeah, Rampage has to go kind of go pretty hard in this. Oops, my bad. You hear that?
But Queen Sharmell, man, that's I wasn't expecting that one. Vader and Taker are big ones. Queen Sharmell, that one, I like that one though. I think she definitely deserved it. She brought back the whole King, or she gave birth to the King Booker, to the King William.
Yes.
It flows. It's like molasses. So I think it works really well.
She helped with a lot of the promos. Definitely, like she helped, with Teddy and the promos and stuff like that, and not always having to have King Booker speak and stuff like that. Also, like the different interactions she had, like with the Money in the Bank, when King Booker was in that, and then also like the whole Matt Hardy thing, whether or not should he twist a fate. King Booker was like, should I get the Money in the Bank, or should I just let my wife get twist a fate? So there's a little bit that she played in the storylines and stuff like that. But I think it's a good draft class. Vader, I can't believe it took this long for him to get into
they kind of
draft
screwed
class.
him, like, even though because how long's he been dead?
Like 2 or 3 years, right? 3, 4 years.
Yeah. Surprised they didn't do like the year after he died.
I think they like to have a little cushion room, so it's not like that's the reason why they're inducted. But I was surprised it took him this long to get inducted.
Yeah. It was a like I said, this is a good draft class. Like like you said, the Undertaker. So he could just headline it himself. But for the other two that they added, I thought it was pretty. It's pretty good for what they had.
Who knows? They might add someone Monday.
All right.
Add me, motherfucker.
Maybe.
So for all done with the draft class, let's jump right on into. I know we have WWE news first, but I'm gonna skip that first for now and go right to AEW news. Not much really. We have a new AEW female wrestler being signed. We have the Owen Hart Women's Tournament in partnership with the Owen Hart Foundation. I want to hear what you guys think about this because I have an interesting take about this later on.
Okay. I think it's either three people. I think it's either Athena, Amber Moon, maybe either Tony Storm, and one that might not make a lot of people happy is Deonna Purrazzo, the Impact champ, who's part of Impact and current ROH Women's Champion. I could see that as maybe as like a signing. You know what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
I'd like to see. What is the tournament for? Is it for like the number one contendership?
No, I think it's like a cup.
So it's just a cup for it. Okay.
It's just so that was my issue with this thing. I was reading up on it. They had a partnership in the beginning of the year to honor him, but at the end of the tournament, they're gonna fight at is it all in?
Double or nothing.
Double or nothing. My issue I have with it is it's just a random tournament out of nowhere, and there's no meaning behind it other than Owen Hart becoming like the token for it. So I don't know how I feel about it. I know there's a men's one coming up eventually, but they haven't disclosed that information. But it's just like, why are we having tournaments that don't lead into anything? Like maybe it starts a feud or something, or you get a title shot. It's just kind of random to me, though.
It's a good way to honor someone, I guess. Because like people like CM Punk say they want to participate, like all sorts of people. Like all different people want to come. So they want to participate.
Yeah, like pay
in
tribute.
This.
Yeah, pay respect.
But do you feel like the issue? I don't want to say there's an issue with it, but what I'm saying is, do you feel like this is their version of King of the Ring or something like that, or because I feel like they have way too many tournaments. We have like battle royales, then we have the Diamond Ring. We've had so many of these like big matches for these. I don't want to say titles, but like these titles, like for the surname. I don't know. I feel like it's a lot.
Yeah, I could say that.
I see where you're going at. I would have liked it to have been potentially if they had worked in the Owen Hart tournament with like maybe the AEW championship. So like the winner of the Owen Hart tournament faces Thunder Rosa. So this is a good way you can have kind of like Nyla Rose, like, enter in the tournament, bully through all the people that she wants to get the shot at Thunder Rosa.
No, I think they're just gonna give it to her.
You think they're gonna give Nyla Rose the title?
No, I think they're just gonna give her the number one.
Oh, just give her the number one contendership.
Yeah,
no, I guess yeah, with the ranking and everything like that. But it would have been nice to have been like, all right, we're gonna take all the females, put them in like a ranking style, and then have them go through this tournament to then declare the number one contender.
I think you to bake out the point where Joe said that that there's no number one contender, but these wins in this tournament do help your stats. It is extra matches that do help your stats to become number one contender.
Yeah,
I think that's a good point. Thing I never thought about too. That makes sense.
Because you got to remember their wins count, like their AEW dark wins, their AEW.
Yeah, Rampage, Dynamite, all the dark wins, house shows, they all count. Yeah, so that's a good one on that. But I would like to see potentially probably like Amber Moon or Tony Storm. I would like to see probably those two.
Tony
You're gonna
Storm,
give us
really? Did you,
Layla Hirsch.
did you guys see the latest news on Tony Storm now?
No.
It's very bad. Like, it's about the OnlyFans.
What?
She like put a comment that she's been making so much money that she's like saying, "Oh, put this." She's like, "Oh, drop a comment on this if you want feet pics." It's like people are like the people made comments. Some of the comments were so bad. They're like, "Next should be selling bathwater. Should be selling her own bathwater."
Hey,
Hey, got a side hustle. Got to make that
a
money.
living, you know.
Or more of a main hustle. Yeah, got to make that money.
Dude's,
Got
dude's
money.
paying.
It's kind of funny because she's making more money than she did in WWE.
Yeah, facts. A lot of wrestlers were. Even like AJ Styles was making more money off his I don't, it was the OnlyFans or his YouTube channel and stuff like that. He was making a good chunk of change.
I think it was his Twitch stream. He was.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it's Twitch streaming.
But hey, like things like this, out of everyone, there's a good handful of people who like wrestling. There's a lot of people who like sex. So people, hey, it makes sex sells.
All right, let's move on.
All right, next we have for WWE news, we have the big one. We have Seth Rollins got a text from Vince McMahon. They're gonna have a talk this Monday night, 9 p.m. on the USA Network. Is Cody coming back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it
this
said
is what-
9 a.m.
Was it 9 a.m. or 9 p.m.?
Yeah, 'cause he's got to be in Connecticut. He's got to be in our
What if it was
territory.
at 9 p.m. and they were streaming it?
I'm double checking it.
Oh wait. So he invited him to the office. Wait, so is that where Seth is gonna be on Monday night live and on Raw? They're gonna do like a
Like a
promo
segment there.
Yeah, segment. So yeah, segment at the
that's what I took it as.
headquarters.
That's what I took it as.
Nope, 9 a.m.
Oh, 9 a.m.
Yep. So
it is gonna be a segment. They're probably gonna record it and then post it on to
Raw.
on Raw. You know, it'd be amazing if Seth walks into the room, he sits down, and you just see like at the end of the table, just a chair turned around the other way, and he's like, "Hey man, your WrestleMania opponent is behind that chair," and then Cody turns around in the chair in a suit. That'd be pretty cool. I could see something like that. That'd be pretty interesting.
Could you imagine him? He's like,
End of the show. Make
He's
that be the
walking around.
last segment.
had that be a last segment? Could you imagine he walks into the room and he's like sitting down in the chair? He's like, "What the fuck you got on this chair, man? Like glitter or something like that?" You see Stardust right there. Just he's like, "Oh no, no,
man,
no, no,
no! It's not what I wanted." No, they're not going to do.
Wakes up.
That's also in the other news too, as well. I guess like executive high ups on WWE, they want Cody to just come in exactly what he had at AEW and just bring it over to WWE. Like they want
Which
the
I
nightmare.
think is a great idea.
Yeah, they want the music. They want all that.
They want the Go Big show.
Yeah, they want all that. Honestly, they want that Cody, but on the WWE side. But
Honestly, that's probably a good idea because that's a guy that like his current gimmick is the one that's main evented Impact, Ring of Honor, New Japan.
And we all know what WWE sorry, not gimmick. But yeah, we all know what WWE gimmick we don't want to see. So WWE's like, all right, we gotta refresh it. We can't have it, So, we like to joke around, but there's no way they go back to Stardust.
No, there's no way he took this money to go back to being Stardust.
Yeah, they're gonna push this. They're gonna push him really heavy. I personally think after WrestleMania, maybe Brock takes some time off. I feel like he's been putting a lot in. So maybe they just said, "Hey, Brock, give us all you can up to WrestleMania." Brock loses the title, and then maybe Brock goes back to the ranch to think some things over in his head, and then maybe we get or maybe after Backlash.
I know WrestleMania Backlash. He's on the poster. So like, he's on the poster for Backlash. If that helps.
Okay, so maybe he goes against Roman one last time, loses, or maybe there's a triple threat or something, and then after that, Brock takes the break until maybe SummerSlam and take some time off.
I got another idea for it. What if the titles don't change hands? You know how it's a unification match? What if The Rock
Yeah.
interferes and make sure that
I thought
nothing
the same
happened?
thing.
And then we kind of get like the year out, like Rock versus Roman, kind of like how they did with Cena.
Yeah. Rock cost Roman the shot at both titles, and then you could do it. Then you can then the titles stay ununified.
I like that idea. I like I said, I don't like the unification of the titles. Like it depends. Like if we're gonna go, like I feel like they should just keep it Raw, SmackDown. They need to build up a roster first of all. So that's the only reason why you would unify the belts is because they have no roster or just like given talent.
Mm-hmm.
Call people up from NXT. You're gonna have to start doing the build. But like we said, WWE doesn't. They don't really care about that. So once again, I don't really know where they're gonna go. I like that idea, but I will say this: it's almost then Roman is going down like the John Cena pathway, basically.
Which is fine, at least for this Rock storyline.
Yeah, because then obviously you'll build up to a big WrestleMania for next year.
Because then you have The Rock disappear now. You have The Rock do it, then The Rock do not show up on TV till the Rumble or even Survivor Series. You don't hear from him. You don't see him. It just lives in Roman's head that oh God.
Yeah,
You know,
so Rock is there.
So heads up, we have learned from WWE before that sometimes they'll tease us for long, and it's like hook, line, and sinker. We pulled the rug from you guys, and it's something completely different.
Cody, if this Cody
is not the person, who do you see? What do you have? What do you do with Seth for WrestleMania? Does he have plans? Does he not have plans? And if you could put him with someone, who you putting him with?
I'd say it from the very beginning. I've said it since January. You put him in with Brock and Roman. It's the annoying, oh my God, what did you do? How did you get into this with Vince? What did you say to Vince to get you into this match?
See, to me, that's the SummerSlam plan. I feel like to me, that's what I would have for SummerSlam. Like how WWE is, they want to milk it. So they already have Roman versus Brock. They've built it up to be this 1v1. Out of all the matches they've had, this is one of the last ones they're going to have to, finally who's better, who gets to unify the titles. I feel like what Danny you're saying, that is going to be saved for SummerSlam. You give Brock the time off. We finally get to have a actual full long potentially feud with Roman and Seth. I really don't know, to be honest. I honestly think we're in a corner to where there's no titles he could really go for. If we're not saying you're throwing him into another match, who else he could go against?
They do him something stupid where he hosts WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't know who
I don't want him to get WrestleMania. I don't want him to get host of WrestleMania.
Yeah. Are there any big names that we haven't thought about that maybe have been gone for a while? Maybe Bobby. Well, no, but he's in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. And then like we said though.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah, the news of Bobby and Bobby versus Omas potentially, but even then, how is that going to work? So it's just it has to be Cody. I don't think I'm not even going to give an answer to who else it could be. Cody's the only.
They built it up this far.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Anything else would be a huge disappointment in the start of a really bad WrestleMania.
Yeah, or where else can you go from there? I can't think of any other superstar name that I would want to see Seth go up against. And I was thinking maybe obviously this is it never would happen, but Moxley or some shit like that. But it would never happen because he's already in his storyline in AEW's.
I think you could. They could do something crazy, and it would work. Hear me out. You have him come to the meeting. At the end of the show, throughout the meeting, we start seeing names, and he starts having these conversations and stuff. At the end of the meeting, you find out he's like, I got a new superstar, new sports entertainer coming. Chris Jericho comes out. We get Jericho, AEW Jericho versus Seth Rollins.
No, because that's too big of a stage to promote AEW for WWE. You know, holy shit. You know what I just thought of? You know what this reminds me of? Who went into WrestleMania without WrestleMania plans a few years back?
John Cena.
And who did John Cena go up against?
Taker.
And where is WrestleMania this year?
Dallas.
In Taker's homeland. And this is kind of what we saw with the whole John Cena thing. Maybe if it's not Cody, is there a possibility that somehow there's a little segment with Taker?
I could see it. Honestly, this is how you maybe get rid of this stupid visionary gimmick. You have him get choke slammed, and then he comes back on Raw as like the architect.
Mm-hmm.
Like a surprise opponent. It's like get to the ring. We got a surprise opponent for you.
Dun.
The lights go off. Dun.
And the Hall
Lights
of Fame.
come on. Bell rings. Chokes or tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
Think about it. WWE loves to use these same
like
gimmicks. This would be the
I'm
the
hoping
same thing as
it's
John
not.
Cena.
I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping they just leave Taker alone.
It's just this
It'd
is
be a
it for
good place
Taker.
for him to do the reshoot the segment of hanging up his boots and hat, because the last time he did it didn't look like it didn't mean much, or he did it during the Thunderdome, but finally giving him that that closure and stuff like that in Jerry World
in
kinda
his
hard
homeland too, after being inducted, like it would just be a great. That's the only that came to mind. That's the only thing I could see is that.
Yeah.
If it's not going to be Cody, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be Cody, just because also rooming Raw, someone is going to be appearing on Raw, and they're saying a top star, so it has to be Cody at that point. But if it's not, Taker's the only other person I could maybe seeing it work just because of everything that's in place. That's the only way.
Definitely.
But it's crazy how you give that question beginning, you don't have that answer, and you just start to think and kind of like brainstorm, and then it just hits you like, all right, there's maybe one other option.
Don't. It gave John Cena the best gimmick ever. It gave us the best John Cena gift ever.
Yes.
Basically, everyone uses it. Oh yeah, when you're running into a girl's DM, when a girl gets single and you run into the DM, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's just an amazing. Yeah, it's just how it be. So we'll move on from that, of course, with the whole. We will talk about a little bit. I know I touched on a little bit. Bobby Lashley versus Omas. I don't think this is gonna happen because like Lashley loses to Omas, and it's just like, but we were just building up Lashley. Like the reason why Brock potentially won the Elimination Chambers because Lashley wasn't there. I don't think this happens. I think you just throw Omas in the, Andre the Giant, and that's like his way to. That's
Just
the
give
classic
Omas
WWE
the Great
way.
Khali. Just give Omas the Great Khali.
Facts. That's the classic way.
Because if you can't do Big Show, did you also hear the news that I forgot to add this to AEW news. I forgot. Did you guys notice that Big Show said recently that him and Tony Khan are trying to get the rights to the Captain Insano gimmick?
Really?
Yes, that Big Show wants to come out as Captain Insano.
I would like that as like a little like joke gimmick,
Like something like Big Show can have fun. Because think about it, it's Tony Khan. He grew up in our generation.
I would like that. Like that would be funny.
Captain
Insano shows no mercy. And honestly, that'd be a great way. Adam Sandler could come out and like that'd be a good, nice little 2-1 combo. Get some stars in there. I personally like that. That would be funny. I did not know that. That's hilarious. All right, so let's get on to the big rant of the podcast. WWE, you guys get this topic, the big rant. The IC title nor the US title will be defended at WrestleMania. What do you guys think?
All you, Danny.
I think this is fucking bullshit. I think they really should like you're trying to build up these titles. We got so excited for seeing Finn and Ricochet get a shot at defending these belts, and they're not defended. Like, what's the point then? What's the point? You should have just left it on Sammy and just give it to fucking Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, I agree with that. I will say this: the U.S. title, I can understand why they didn't, because obviously, if you know, WrestleMania usually ends a lot of feuds. So if you had like Damian Priest versus Finn, I think they want Finn to still work with Damian to kind of help elevate him into this, you know, super heel
Top
status.
heel.
Yeah, which I personally I agree with that. But the IC title, this was a chance I feel like, to reward Ricochet. If he's the second biggest baby face, why are you not having him defend it against somebody? That's my take on it. Against someone. Like, I would have even liked to have seen potentially, I don't know, it's random, but like even a Tommaso Ciampa versus Ricochet match, something to open up the card or something would have been nice to have seen there
Yeah, definitely.
versus
can
just
see
throwing
that.
them into the battle royale.
So what I would have liked is there's an idea going on online about the IC ladder match, in honor of Razor Ramon at WrestleMania. I think that's a great idea. What I think you could do is something similar to TNA's, Plan B. What if you're holding that IC title or the US title at the end of the year, and you trade it in? You trade it in, have the opportunity to next pay-per-view or something attempt to go for the world title, that way around Mania time and stuff like that, these titles mean something.
But then you also make it not mean something, though. Remember, the reason why they worked with the X division is because there was obviously a different class of wrestling from X division to like the main belt, and then there was also no like Money in the Bank, but you have the Money in the Bank for that. So then you're also like diminishing the IC title, where it's just like, oh fuck it, I'll give it up to get the actual world heavyweight belt. Where some people may say the IC title is more prestigious just because of some of the people that held it, the matches. So I would personally like what you said in the beginning. I would like a Razor Ramon ladder match. Like, to me, WrestleMania was also always great because I always wanted to see a ladder, some sort of ladder be pulled out during WrestleMania. If you think about a lot of the moments we get from WrestleMania, Jeff Hardy jumping off the ladder, getting speared through the ladder.
Daniel Bryan at the top of the ladder in the IC match.
Daniel Bryan at the top of the ladder. Jeff Hardy doing the leg drop onto Edge onto the ladder. Or is that Matt? One of them. And Edge getting fucked up off that. To me, WrestleMania needs to be ladder. That's why I always wanted the Money in the Bank to go back to WrestleMania. But if not, I will take a Razor Ramon ladder match, like like honoring him, and you do a 6-man ladder match for the IC title. I could definitely see something like that.
Oh yeah, I like that a lot better. Especially, I think they should go back to one night. Go back to just one night.
And just really focus on making every match as good as you can, because like I don't care about the Jake Paul match. I don't care about the Sami Zayn match. Like, those are fillers that you threw in that I could give two shits about.
That's gonna be a food match and a bathroom break.
Yeah, like honestly, this Sunday I would rather have you give me the meat and potatoes. Give me the 6-man ladder match. Fuck the whole Andre the Giant battle royale shit. You could do that on a Raw, and make that the main event of a Raw.
No, that's on SmackDown.
Or SmackDown, or you can make it on both. I don't care. Give me the 6-man ladder match. Give me give me the KO show as like that segment promo. Give me the WWE Hall of Famers coming out, honoring Undertaker, Queen Sharmell, Vader. Then give me Brock versus Roman. Give me Becky versus Bianca. Give me Ronda versus Charlotte. And then give me the tag team match as the opening on the pre-show, and then give me something else, and then boom, that's a great WrestleMania. We can consider this a really good WrestleMania versus trying to stretch it out as much as you can, and we know why they're doing it, for the money.
Oh, you definitely. You want to fill Dallas twice.
Yeah, honestly, like if you really took this WrestleMania and put it down into one night, this WrestleMania would be up there with some of the I'm not saying the top 10, but it'd be in maybe the top 20 just overall, just with like the storylines that you've built just alone between like Bianca and Becky and Roman and
This Seth
Lesnar.
Seth one's been great.
Yeah. And then with the whole like segment of KO versus Stone Cold, that's a great segment for me. And then give us that 6-man ladder match. I'd love to see that.
They need to go back to
all about the money.
So it's go back to the Super Bowl of wrestling.
Yes. Because like honestly, it's also like think like this, like WrestleMania is like you said, the Super Bowl. I don't want to go to a Super Bowl twice and then have to order the food, order all this. Like WrestleMania was so special because one night we're all gonna get together, buy a bunch of food, drinks, whatever, get together. We're gonna watch it. It's gonna be a great Super Bowl event like WrestleMania, and boom,
Like-
it's done. Then we have Raw next day.
Yeah, like us this Saturday going to Joe's party.
Yeah. Like it's
Or
weird to
stuff.
have two WrestleMania parties. Just like damn, they just feel so lackluster. To me, it feels lackluster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because clearly
But
night two is better
understand
than night
why.
one.
I understand why they do it now, especially with so many things they want to throw in. You know how many celebrities they got to bring in and stuff like that. So I understand why. I do miss the days of the one WrestleMania pay-per-view and stuff like that.
Yep. I miss that too.
The good old days.
That's why
So,
24 was so amazing. I think that was my freshman year, right? 2008. My freshman year, 2008 to 2009. That was my freshman year. Oh no, yeah, into my first end of whatever it is. It's a year when I went to freshman, finished middle school, but it was just like, yo, like I forgot your friend's name. You went to his house and the Doritos Jack were bussing when they first came out.
my
But that
boy
was WrestleMania
Josh
24.
Wyman.
Yes, Josh Wyman. Yeah, it was a long, bro. That was such a nice WrestleMania just because the card was stacked. There was storyline after storyline. Matt Hardy returned. Like it was just an amazing WrestleMania. But it was just like, imagine doing that again another night. Just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know.
I couldn't sit through that chinchilla, bro. That thing was
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So yeah,
Huh?
I think
You're
you should
welcome.
go.
You're welcome. He's like, thank you for that beautiful story.
Thank you.
You're in
It
the
was
pres-
very
you're in the
beautiful.
presence of greatness, my friend.
Danny don't know nothing about that chinchilla fur. Popping up with that chinchilla fur.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is
Fur.
like they need to go back to that Saturday takeover, Sunday.
Yes. Give us that,
There's
yo.
a
Like,
lot
I don't
of-
know.
lot
Like,
of wrestling.
but I
Not
think that's a
stand
good
and
idea,
deliver
yo.
at 12 p.m. on freaking Saturday, and then you have to go right into the next.
Yeah.
It's
That's-
at what time?
Stand and deliver NXT is like 1 p.m. One of us is gonna have to like sit there and cover it.
Wait, cover what?
Stand
I'm
and
watching Stand.
Wait, Stand-
Danny.
Wait, what was it? Stand NXT?
NXT Stand and Deliver the takeover WrestleMania for.
I don't
Is
watch
that
NXT
one?
regardless, so I'm not gonna watch it anyway.
It's gonna be
so,
me that has to cover it. I already know it's gonna be me.
Well, it's
so
because
sh-
I'm
you're the only one
watching
that
it,
watches NXT.
But I
bro.
got a
Don't say it's
haircut
me.
appointment. Oh man.
This man saying, "Well, it's me." You're the only one that watches
it's
NXT.
gonna be me. Joe, you literally could probably skip. You probably go to your haircut appointment, be done, and
Oh.
still have time to watch.
I
Braun
thought you were about to say
Breaker
skip
versus-
the haircut appointment, bro. I was like, bro, you better not be telling me that.
No,
You can't
I was
skip
gonna
the
say
haircut.
skip it, and you could still not go to your haircut appointment, and then you still have time to watch Braun Breaker versus Dolph Ziggler.
I'll probably end up
Yeah,
watching it
that's
too.
really
Just
all
I
I
want to see
gotta
Mandy
watch.
Rose fine ass. I haven't seen her in a while.
Dude, she looks
You know
good
what's
with
funny?
the brunette.
You know what's funny? 2 years ago, when COVID hit, Mandy Rose and Dolph Ziggler, were beefing with Otis.
Facts.
And now they running Rand Shaq taking pictures on NXT.
Otis is
Poor
probably like-
bro.
And Otis is just stuck in a tag team with Chad Gable.
You don't hate me. You don't love me. You hate me.
Yeah, facts. That WWE is basically gonna ruin. I guarantee they're gonna ruin it. This is also big news. Do you guys hear about with Chad Stevenson being signed and called up? That they're
Yeah,
talking
Gable
about.
Stevenson.
Yeah, Gable Stevenson. That Chad's gonna have to change his name.
No, I didn't hear that.
There were talks about that. Like if Gable Stevenson gets called up, what's gonna happen with Chad Gable? Like
Shorty
He's-
G.
and don't go back to Shorty G.
Shush.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
I think it's gold.
It is. If WWE does the right thing, once again, I know this is for a prediction show, but WWE needs to do the right thing and give this. At this WrestleMania, we need to see Randy turn on Riddle. We need this to happen. This way, you don't kill a tag team. You don't kill Gable. You don't kill Alpha Academy, because if they lose at the first ever WrestleMania, you will kill them.
You need to have just Randy, just RKO Riddle,
Yes.
Chad Gable, 1, 2.
2, 3.
three.
Monday Night Raw. Thank you, Randy Orton. I want to just say this. Thank you. That'd be amazing.
No,
And you get to, because Riddle and Orton can then build their big matchup to SummerSlam. And I was gonna say Private Party. Um, Danny, remind
Then you got Riddle as a main event
Street
superstar.
Profits.
Street Profits, yeah.
Then you have Riddle, or you have the Street Profits win. I don't care.
No. I think Alpha Academy need to have their belt for that time. Like to me, they remind me of Trevor Murdoch and Lance Cade. Like they just give me that kind of feel of like good wrestlers who, besides Otis he's fallen off a little bit, but just good wrestlers that need to hold a belt and just, and then
At
maybe
that moment.
Yeah. Eventually, I want to see the Street Profits split up eventually, but that's another episode and everything like that.
But overall, is there any last closing remarks? Anything you guys want to finish off with?
Well, we always close off any podcast, any interview with a "Would you rather?" Dun, dun, dun. It's like a game show. Dun, dun, dun. All right, guys. So I've come up with a few "Would you rather's." Ready?
That's terrible.
So, would you rather be buried alive, but like truly like buried alive, like how they do it for like wrestling, or have to be wearing some sort of like clothing and get burned through an inferno match?
Burn my ass.
Burned.
Okay.
I'm not about to
Do the bury alive and then just
be buried
actually
alive.
die. Okay, I got another
Wait,
one.
actually die? I have to die?
What?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like,
You could die
the
either
buried
way.
alive. Well, you're more likely to die from the buried alive because, like, you're literally gonna have no air, and
They dig me up, right? Well,
yeah, they dig you out, but like, remember, you're gonna be. It's just like when someone gets through like an avalanche. Like, you're only gonna have so much air, and like, what's worse than that? Because there's no pockets of air. You're literally gonna have to hold your breath.
you know, they have a thing that like you can.
Yeah, but I
shoot you
said
out.
truly get buried alive, not like the.
Yeah, I want to live. Like, why would that's easy?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can either take the 50-50 of.
Shush. The next one.
Don't shush people, man. I'll smack the shit out of you. Don't ever say that, Danny. Don't shush nobody. All right, next.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Would you rather get stink faced by Rikishi or get I like to just call it X-Pac by X-Pac? Get Bronco busted in the
Give me a Bronco Buster.
so you like that, all that sweaty balls in your face?
See, Rikishi always kept it clean if he fucked with you and stuff like that. So he always kept it clean. X-Pac, that shit
No, but Rikishi would keep it clean. But that's what if he stink faced you after a match? Remember, like the ending of a match, you don't know he's been sweating. You can still be clean down there and start sweating, and then the buildup of the activities, and he's a big dude. We know how big dudes are, Joe. We know how big dudes are. Start to stink down there.
Understood, but what I'm saying is,
I like the
X-Pac,
Bronco
his
Buster.
ass isn't gonna be touching my face. His dick isn't gonna be touching my face.
I'd rather have the
He
ass
really
touch
just
my-
bouncing on the ropes. He's not like really grinding his junk in your face.
No, but I mean like a true like.
This is
You know what
very
I mean.
gay.
Yeah, like a very true Bronco Buster. You know what I mean? There's sometimes where it truly was balls in face. Like, so which one you taking, Danny? Yeah, you didn't get. You
Ass
went
to
back
the
and forth.
face.
He was like, "I'd rather take you rather do the Rikishi ass to the face."
Yeah. I'd rather take the ass than you're looking at getting a hard penis in your face.
No one's saying he hard.
Whoa.
Whoa. He's probably soft. Like what?
You never know.
I'm gonna go Bronco. I feel like it's gonna be quick, fast, and I feel like no one's gonna talk about it as much as like someone getting ass in their face.
Yeah, Sam, I take the Bronco. Less likely to get pink eye. All right, for the
You
last
said,
one.
like,
Yeah.
Shut up, skull fucking dudes.
For the last one, ready? Would you rather who was that, like the Gangrel? He used to spit blood in people's face, right? Or like pour blood in their mouth and shit like that.
Yeah,
He used to like let it leak out of his mouth into someone else's mouth or some shit like that. I forgot what he used to do.
something like that.
Is that true, Danny? What he used to do?
I don't remember.
I thought you should like take blood and like spit into people's face or shit like that.
Yeah, something like that. It was something.
Yeah,
I
like
remember.
bitches and
It was
shit
like
like that.
something like
So
that.
would you rather be laying on the ground and have the boogeyman do the worm thing to you, or eyes open, you're not expecting it, Tajiri spit that green mist in your face?
Give me the boogeyman.
Give me the
That
boogeyman.
die I heard that shit sticks with you, bro. Yeah, give me the boogeyman, bro.
Yeah.
The
Hey,
boogeyman.
hey, if a kid could eat was 101 ways or 10 ways to eat fried worms,
Yeah.
you know, what's a couple worms, you know, little
Facts.
protein right
That's a
there.
lot. Which one are you taking, Danny?
I'm taking the boogeyman.
Okay.
What about you?
Because like it's really worms, and it's a lot of worms too. I think I might just take the green mist in the face and just be like, maybe it won't fuck up my vision or some shit like that. I won't have like green spots.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You
Dude,
gotta
you
be
rather be
Daredevil, bro.
blind?
I'm not saying you're gonna be. Yeah, fuck. It's just one of those like the worm shit.
Hold on, with the
The worst-
worms, you know how he chews them and then spits it, like he just
Yeah.
drops them in your mouth. He does that, or the green mist.
Yeah. Then yeah, I'm just gonna. All right, fuck it. I'll take the worms. Yeah, you're right. If we're talking about like losing vision and shit like that, I'll take the worms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. All right,
So-
last one for the would you rather. This is the last one. Ready? Would you rather take a pile driver or Wardlow? So one pile driver or get 6 power bomb by Wardlow.
I'll take the pile driver.
Who's doing the pile driver?
The man of our show, Owen Hart.
You mean the warlord?
Now, who's doing the pile driver? Could be anyone. Honestly, if you want to take a pile driver, like the tombstone scares me so much because it just looks like it's literally fucks you up, but it's like it's being done by the dude who's done the most of them, like the most safe. Like when he used to jump and do it, I used to be like, what?
Oh, well, when you see the jumping and that snap one.
Yeah, I
and
used to
then
be like, yo,
Kane
how
used
do
to
you
do it.
not snap somebody's neck?
I feel like
If
a
it's Kane
tombstone
and
is
Undertaker,
I feel like tombstone would be safer. Like the power bomb, it could get fucking hurt after a while. It's just one and done. Just get it over with. Just close your eyes and just get it
Yeah,
done.
just close your eyes and be like, all right, bro.
but question: when and who are they delivering it? If it's Taker now, bro, give me the power bombs because
Just
that
the
man
power
gonna
bomb.
snap my shit. He can't lift me.
Yeah, that's
He's gonna snap my shit. Like I seen that Goldberg match in Saudi. I ain't we ain't doing that.
yeah, almost broke his
But
neck. Yeah, yeah,
but if
you're right.
if we talk about early Taker and early Kane doing it,
Yeah, of course.
yeah. As long as it's not Owen Hart and Taker now,
Well,
yeah.
how could it be
we're
Owen
good.
Hart?
We talking about the multiverse, bro. Time
Okay,
Stone brought that shit back.
Sick.
Shut up about the multiverse.
What's wrong with the
Shush.
multiverse, bro? What? Dang. Scott Hall over here.
Man,
So
Mr.
guys, like and subscribe and like us on this.
Danny, what's your
podcast.
record on? Wait, real quick, Danny, what's your record on the Bump Boys 2K so far? You 0-4 right now?
Shut up.
Oh,
End the show. End the show. End the show. Credits are rolling. Credits are rolling.
hi guys. It's been your boy, Mr. _ Wilbers95 from the Bump Boys. Follow us on the IG, of course. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazzy networking
And
bullshit.
like it on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to Apple Podcasts.
This will be
And
our first
make sure-
podcast.
Make sure when you have this video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. But what's really going to be helping us is if you share this with your friends, family, and anyone you think who may like wrestling.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's the big thing. When I definitely feel like for like channels, out of like all of the wrestling channels that I've seen, I feel like the one thing that you get with like wrestling channels, the bigger ones, is I feel like they just don't give back as much for what they get, if that makes sense. Of course, they get the
can
content and
understand.
stuff like that, but I'm talking about Bump Boys gets big enough to where we could maybe, meet up with fans and pay for a ticket to go to a wrestling event or something like that. Stuff like that, I feel like is stuff that you don't see happen on YouTube and stuff like that. And I feel like that would be amazing to give back.
I feel that, bro.
But any last words?
Nope.
It's been the Bump Boys.
Signing out.
Signing out.
Peace.
We like rookie Kurt Angle, make your ankle snap. Three amigos like Eddie, but don't lie, you steal. Only cheat when we got it, but to win we will. Mike skills like Dusty, but go hard like Brock. I'm a stunner like Austin, dropping elbows like Mach. Y'all don't wanna see the finish, cause it's us on top. 1, 2, 3, get the V and get a warrior pop.